Look, there's the Black Holocaust. I knew it was prophecy. 1,000 times worse than the Jewish atrocities. Uneven playing field, there'll never be a fair score. Cause in 1619, that's when they declared war. We the 12 tribes, the ones that the promise reaches. My Negro.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Mashak Yahushai. That's all praise to the Most High God Yahweh. In the name of His only begotten Son Yahushai. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked society known as America, to preach deliverance to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans who are the Israelites, and to do things like take down, matter of fact, give me that, to taking down strongholds. To take down strongholds. And what's one of the biggest strongholds on the planet Earth is the Christian church. The Christian church that says it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They're going to turn around and say, okay, give me your tithe money. But wait a minute, tithes, that's a law. So you're going to tell people to keep certain laws for your benefit, but not other laws, because you want to eat damn whatever the hell you want. Right? And then we just had off camera, we just had some Uncle Tom Negro talk about how we can't teach the Bible over here. But ain't this supposed to be a church unification right here? Aren't they supposed to be fellow Bible believers? But we can't teach the Bible amongst these people. That's why the Most High God is going to destroy the Christian church, man. That's right. The Most High God is going to burn the Concord church to the damn ground. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Yeah, the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal. See, we say things like the Most High God is going to destroy this place. We don't got to destroy this place. We don't have to take America down. We don't have to take the church down physically. We just prophesy against it like the prophets of old did. We prophesied like the same prophets that prophesied against Babylon, that prophesied against Assyria, and the Most High God destroyed those places. We are prophesying against the Concord Church, and we're prophesying against all churches, man. And the Most High God is going to destroy every Christian church on the planet Earth.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
To the pulling down of strongholds. And again, one of the biggest strongholds is the Christian church. And you have all these coons driving by laughing. It's not going to be so funny when you're going to the Christian church and they ain't got no damn answers. When it's martial law and you're saying, well, where's Jesus? Where's Jesus? He's against the Christian church. That's where he is. He's in the heavens waiting to destroy you people, man. That's where he is. Give me Jeremiah 23:1. Give me precept. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ephesians chapter 6. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
But against principalities, go ahead.
Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Yeah, the rulers of the darkness of this world, which is what? The false Christian pastors, right? What's going on, brother?
What y'all got?
We're teaching the Bible.
What about the Bible?
The truth of the Bible.
Right.
Okay, talk to me about it.
Okay, that blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelites. I'm sure you heard about the Israelites before, right? Matter of fact, I said you were on the fly for this thing, right? Okay, so you head honcho.
You know what I ain't the head honcho, I'm a
Okay,
servant.
you know what you're talking about, right? So let me ask you something. Do you keep the laws of God?
I fulfill them.
You fulfill them? What does that mean to fulfill them?
Do you know what it means to fulfill
I
them?
mean, listen, I do. Do you?
You don't have to get tight with it. Just go on to that.
No, I'm asking you a question, brother.
Just get that Matthew 5:17.
Okay.
Have
Get Matthew 5:17. And then someone get Acts 3:16.
That's a long text.
Acts
Out of
3:16.
there, and we go
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Acts 3:16. We're going to show you what it means to fulfill the law. And then get Matthew 5:17.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead. We're not worried about it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
What does that mean?
Well, this is exactly what it means, because the New Testament, particularly Matthew, wasn't written originally in Hebrew. It was actually written in Greek.
Prove that?
Yeah, absolutely, because I have a copy of it in my pocket.
Okay, let's see it.
We can see it right now.
Okay, what's the virus that you got?
Hold on. Papyrus.
Yeah.
What we put together is there's two. You got the text receptor, so you got the majority text.
Right.
One is the received text. And one of the things you do with that text is it basically is from the 2nd century, which lets you know it's closest to the time, just like the Dead Sea Scrolls were written 1,500 years before that. But for the Old Testament, but then we got copies that are from the 2nd century BCE. And so when you look at the New Testament passage, is actually inaccurate. It's just the same thing your King James Bible would say. So let me finish it.
Go ahead.
And so when you look at fulfill, fulfill means to bring to completion. So we talk about bringing it to completion. You can video when it talks about bringing it to completion, it means to bring it to its full completion. Messiah came to fulfill the law. What does that mean? He came to make sure that everything that God said, that Yahweh said, came to its full completion in the Lord.
In what respect?
And then we go over to Galatians 4:4, where it says, and
To redeem them that are under the law. To redeem them that are under the law.
Absolutely. But it talks about it also talks about Christ becoming a curse.
Curse everyone that hanging from a tree. Okay, I'm just saying, we're on the same page.
That's the Old Testament part. I'm talking about the New Testament.
Okay, go ahead.
You're talking through Tanakh. So now we're going to New Testament. Okay, so I'm doing it by rote memory. I don't have my Bible here because I'm supposed to go to the airport. But the big issue, I'm good. And so in that Galatians passage, one of the things that it's talking about is Jesus Christ becoming a curse, which he did on the cross. When you put your faith in not ethnicity, even though I believe as black people, our ethnicity has been stripped. I believe that that there has been a white man's religion. Right. The way Christianity has been delivered in the Western world has impacted our identity. Right. However, one of the things we don't do is we don't use ethnicity as a mechanism for justification. What's justification? Romans 5:1 says we're justified by faith in Jesus Christ. Right. So are we justified by our ethnicity? No, we're justified by grace alone, through faith alone, through Christ alone. It says in Ephesians chapter 2. It says in Ephesians chapter and then after that get chapter 1. It said in Ephesians 2:8-9. It said, for by grace are you saved through faith, not that of works. Not that of works. And we can go over to James because I know that's where you're going to go. That says faith without works is dead.
No, listen. You don't know where I'm going to go. You don't know where I'm going to go. Now, hold on.
So I'm trying to be amendable. Right. Because one of the things that's interesting here is that I like the way y'all came out to the Christian church to sort of siphon off the church. If you're a strong movement, just go to, I did ministry in South Dallas and over here in Oak Cliff for years. You can siphon off, there's all kinds of spaces around here to get that cash. You can go over to Turner Courts in South Dallas where we did ministry.
Real quick, brother.
Fraser Courts. That's all I'm saying.
Brother, real quick, because you're saying things and you're speaking presumptuously. Number one, you said a lot of things that I want to address, right, concerning the scriptures. Yeah. But first, I want to address what you just said. Yeah. We don't just hold camp in front of Christian churches. We do this in Oak Cliff because we want to go to the Christian church because this is one of the strongholds that has brainwashed our people. What
makes it a stronghold?
No, real quick, I'll get to that. But hold on, I'm gonna get to that. But I want to answer some of the things you said. You said that fulfill the law. Let me show you what fulfill the law means. Get Acts 3:16.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 16. In his name, through faith. 18. This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 18. But those things which God before had shewed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, he has so fulfilled.
That's what it means to fulfill the law. All the prophecies concerning his death, burial, and resurrection, he fulfilled. It doesn't mean that we don't do the law. What you got?
It's the book of Luke, chapter 24.
Okay.
Hold on. Before we go to that passage.
No, hold on. No, wait. No.
Hold
on, brother. Hold on. I'll let you go. Let me go. Go ahead.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 24, verse 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me.
So that's all those things like Isaiah 53, like Daniel 9. That's what it means to fulfill the law. Now, you mentioned something about being, hold on, wait.
Isaiah 53 the law.
No, it didn't just say, hold on. It didn't just say the law. It said the law. No, I did not. It said the law, the prophets, the Psalms.
But why did you
so hold on. Okay, so give me John 10:34. So let me John 10:34. Okay, I did. Okay. I added. Okay, get John 10:34. Let's see if I added to the word of God. Let's see.
The book of John, chapter 10, verse 34. Jesus, Yahweh Shai answered them, is it not written in your law?
Where?
In your law.
What is he quoting? Go ahead.
Keep reading the verse.
I said, it said, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are God.
Where is that? Where's he quoting?
That's Psalm 82.
But wait, I'm adding to the word. I think he said I'm adding to the word. But he just said Psalms the law.
But guess what?
Go ahead.
Wait, and then go over to Deuteronomy 32, verses 7 through 8 and 9. But then go over earlier than that, because you see over, listen.
I'm listening.
Listen, over in Genesis chapter 3, where Shaitan or the adversary says you will be like who?
Be like God?
No.
What are you talking about?
It's singular verb first. Second time it's plural verb in the Hebrew.
You talking about Elohim?
Wait, Elohim.
Okay.
When it's translated next to a singular verb, it means one. But it said, you said, God said, but then he said, your eyes will be open and you will be like the Elohim. Elohim is talking about the gods. What are we talking about? We're talking about the sons of God. We're talking about the angelic forces.
Okay, I agree.
And so when we're talking about it's written in your law, where is the law? technically, Genesis is technically not the law. The law doesn't really start exegetically to Exodus.
That's not true. That's just simply not true, and you can't substantiate that. Now, real quick. Hold on. I let you speak every time. I let you finish. You didn't let me finish. You cut me off. Now you mentioned something about not being justified by works but by faith, which I agree. But there's something that we have to take into account. Hold on. Just don't interrupt me, please, brother, because I didn't interrupt you. Go ahead. Galatians 2:16.
Galatians 2:17. Galatians 2:17. But if while we seek to be justified by the Messiah,
now if we seek to be justified because we're justified by faith, right? Go ahead.
We ourselves also are found sinners.
But if we're seeking to be justified by the faith that comes with Christ, but we're still found sinners, go ahead.
Is therefore Christ the minister of sin?
Is Christ the minister of sin?
Absolutely not.
Go ahead.
God forbid. For if I build again the things which I destroyed.
What are the things which that he destroyed? What's he talking about?
Keep reading.
No, I'm asking you, what's it talking about? You don't know. Get Romans 6.
You gotta keep reading in the context. You don't know.
I make myself a transgressor.
What does that mean? I need you to explain what does that mean.
You gotta read the whole passage.
What does context mean?
It means read the whole passage.
No, it does not. What does it mean? What does the word mean?
Context is the whole.
No, what does the word context mean?
Wait. Let me answer this question. Now you brought up being justified. Do you know what justified means? Do you know what justified
No, answer the question, man. I'm asking every time I ask a question. Every time every time he asks a question, I'm able to go into the Bible and answer it. Every time I ask him a question, he doesn't answer the question. Well, because y'all, it's like talking to a damn wall with y'all because y'all ain't answering the question.
Why you getting tight, bro?
Okay, now watch this, right? Let me show you something, brother. Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you.
What does that mean right there?
When you read the Bible.
What does this thing right here mean?
Listen, I don't use those.
Answer the question.
I don't use those.
What does it mean? That's me. For the camera, that's where I can't remember what the word, what it's called. It's a literary device, I believe. It lets you know where the context starts. So we didn't read it out of context. We actually read it and answered right. We read it perfectly in context.
Let me answer that. Now he's talking about context. It's a little thing that's added to the text. If you've ever actually read the original language, if I can finish, there is no punctuation. That's added by man.
Okay.
So when you use that punctuation to say when the context starts, you're adding to God's word by saying the context is constricted to that area.
No, real quick. Okay, now let me respond to that. Get right. They didn't have that in the original text. So how do you know when the context starts?
You read the entire book.
You have to read the entire book to know when the context starts. So wait a minute. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, brother. You just said something. No, you said something. I need to respond.
Go ahead.
When Christ would reference certain verses in the Bible, did he say the whole book, or would he just?
No.
No. Wait a minute. Did he? Yes. Get Luke 4. No. Get Luke 4. Get Luke 4. Let me show you something. Like we just read in John 10. No, I'm responding to something you said. I'm responding to something you said.
We from Philly. We get this.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hold on. I'm not even talking to you. I'm not worried about you. You're under me. Hold on. Luke 4:16. Every time Christ quote the entire book of Isaiah, no, he would choose a verse. So go ahead.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 4, verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet
Isaiah, go ahead.
And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
Isaiah
Verse 18,
the
script of Yahweh is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives.
Now get to the point where it says, and he closed the book. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 19. Come on. Okay, verse 20. And he closed the book.
What did he do?
Closed the book.
No, he read the entire thing.
Closed the book.
So wait a minute, I thought you said you had to read the entire thing, but the Messiah himself didn't do that.
That's not even the point of what we're talking about.
That is the point. You said you have to read the entire book to identify the context. Christ didn't need to do that to identify the context. Now get Galatians 2. He Proverbs 28:1. Proverbs 28:1. These dudes don't know the Bible, man. These dudes don't know the Bible. That's why they got cut. Talking about everything they said, we were able to adequately go to the scriptures and eviscerate them through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Mashak Yahushua. And guess what? 2/3 of these so-called blacks and Hispanics will get put to death for following the Christian church, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, from the top. The wicked flee.
The what?
The wicked flee. The wicked flee.
These Christians who claim they love God but don't know the Bible do what?
The wicked flee. With no man pursue.
When no man pursue. We're sitting here bold as lions. Go ahead.
But the righteous are bold as a lion.
See, we're just some young brothers that know the Bible. We didn't have to go to seminary school to learn this.
That's
and
right.
they got destroyed, man. Destroyed. He said, well, Psalms, that's not the lie. Well, the Messiah said it was. The Bible from the wise and prudent. Because guess what, again, and I can't emphasize it enough, we go to seminary school.
That's right.
We're young brothers. We watch the videos on YouTube. We get together and study ourselves.
Right.
We didn't have to go pay no 50 racks to go learn from some white people.
Right.
We didn't have to do all that. We didn't have to get into some big building. Like the scriptures say that the Most High done dwell in temples made by men. So all y'all go out. They had a nice prayer circle in that church too.
Right.
And guess what? While you're holding the hands with your oppressor, the Most High ain't hearing a damn thing you're saying in there. All those prayers that you were saying up in there with them crackers, God didn't hear a single one of them, man.
Go ahead. First Peter 4:11.
It says, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes.
Unto who?
Unto babes.
Go to James White.
Unto babes.
Unto Vocab Malone.
Unto babes.
Unto babes, man. And guess what? We're the babes. And we'll be babes.
Right.
We'll be babes. Because guess what? The Most High God said you have to be as children are. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 11. And if any man speak,
Like we were speaking just now, hold Acts 7:38.
let him speak as the oracles of God.
Of the what?
Of God.
The oracles of God. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. So that begs the question, what are the oracles of God? Acts 7:38.
It's the book of Acts chapter 7 verse 38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai with our fathers, who received the lively oracle.
Who did what?
Received the lively oracle.
So wait a minute, what did Moses receive? He received the law, didn't he? So what's the oracles? The law. So if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God, the law. The law means to fulfill, bro. It's real simple what it means to fulfill the law. And we illustrated it. You notice? Did he go to a Bible verse to show what it means to fulfill the law?
Nope.
Everything we say, we go to the Bible for it, right? Everything we say, literally, right? Why can't he do the same? Why? He went to seminary school, right? Didn't you learn the Bible? But you can't quote the Bible? Hey, sucks to suck.
It says, who received the lively oracles to give unto us.
Which is the law. Genius. But hey, bet you didn't read that. Didn't read it. Missed that one.
Go ahead.
That's it on that. Acts 21. Give me Paul. Because I want to defend. Listen, let me tell you something, man. We did a lesson on a while back, I want to say a few months ago, called Defending Paul. Because what you have is the Christian church who really hates Paul. Well, of course, because they hate God. I'm going to just say that. They hate God, they hate his son, they hate the prophets. And of course, they're going to hate Paul. So what they'll try to do is demonize Paul and twist his words. And say things like, Paul didn't keep the law. Paul told us we don't need to keep the law. But isn't there a scripture where Paul, remember, it says he didn't go, I can't remember what city it is. What was it, Cyprus? Because he wanted to get to Jerusalem quick for, I want to say it was Pentecost. So he said he made haste to get there. Now, why would he make haste to get there if you're just not supposed to keep the law?
Because he's keeping the law.
Right.
Oh, wow. Does it take it? It's so simple. You see, we read that and it's real simple to us.
He was a Jew.
Exactly, brother. You see that? Exactly. But a Christian's gonna say, well, it's because, and they're gonna come up with some crazy. We don't need to. It's just do the text justice. It says what it says. Don't twist the word of God just because you want to fulfill the lust of the flesh. Just because because you want to eat a pulled pork sandwich, now Paul has to be a liar.
Right.
So now Christ has to die in vain because you want to eat some pork ribs, right? Shrimp, crab, and lobster, and it doesn't even taste that good. Okay, you holding Acts 21? Yeah, just get 18.
Okay, this is the book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 18. And the day following, Paul went in with us unto James, and all the elders were present.
So where was Paul? He was with James. Who was James? I believe it's James, the brother of Christ. So if anybody knows the law is not done away with, shouldn't the brother of the Messiah know? This is so crazy, man. The brother of the Messiah. I mean, we're talking about his brother. Go ahead. We're supposed to be brothers. Go ahead.
And when he had saluted them, he declared particularly what things the Most High had wrought among the Gentiles by his ministries. And when they heard it,
now read this part slowly. This is going to be such a cut for the Christian church. Go ahead.
And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord and said unto him, Thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe.
And watch this.
This verse right here isn't even the main cut, but it's this dagger right here.
And they are all zealous of the law.
They're zealous of loving white people.
Zealous of the law.
Why? Well, this is Acts. This is way after Christ died.
Right.
This is when the church is starting to get built. So, way after Christ died, there's people zealous of the law. Why aren't they saying, no, don't stay away from the law? We fulfill the law. There's thousands. They said thousands. That's right. Zealous of the law.
And they are informed of thee.
Now watch this. Watch this. The Jews who are zealous of the law are, because there's a conspiracy, or not even, I want to say conspiracy. There's a notion that they got from Paul and his teachings and the things that they've heard about what Paul teaches. And it's going to show you. So read this part loud and slowly.
And they,
yeah, come on, perception.
And they are informed of thee that thou teachest all the Jews
To do what?
which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses.
So that's what the Jews thought back in the early church. Is what the Jews are saying that Paul is teaching people to forsake Moses. So there's something that's going on. This is James talking to Paul. Go ahead.
Saying that they are not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs.
What's the custom? That goes into the law and the ordinance as well. So people are hearing, like, just how the Christian, this isn't something new. The scriptures say that that which there's nothing new in the sun. That which is and which shall be, right? Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter. So the same way people are reading Paul's words right now in these days and misconstruing them and thinking that Paul's saying that people aren't supposed to keep the law, it's the same thing they were doing in the early church, man. It's nothing different. It's nothing different. But let's see what happens in response to this. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Verse 23. Do therefore this that we say to thee. We have 4 men which have a vow on them.
A vow on them. When you read this vow, it's the Nazarite vow, which you read in Numbers, the 6th chapter. Go ahead.
Them take and purify thyself with them.
Do what?
Them take and purify thyself with them.
Okay, the mic. That's what it said, them take and purify thyself with them. What is that process going into? It's going into, you got to go and take the the ram, and you got to sacrifice. Literally sacrifice. Cut hair off. You got to do all that, and you got to sacrifice. But wait a minute. What some Israelites say is Christ in the way of the sacrificial law. That's not true. That's not true. And what proves it is a plethora of scriptures, but really right here, because Paul, even after the death of Yahushua, he was doing a sacrifice right here.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And be at charges with them, that they may save their heads, and all may know.
And all may know. Watch this. And all may know that what?
That those things were of. They were informed concerning thee.
What's the things that they were informed concerning thee? That you're teaching people to forsake Moses and not keep the customs, or what?
Or nothing.
Or what?
Or nothing.
But what?
But that thou thyself.
But thou thyself, Paul, does what?
Also walkest orderly.
And does what?
And keepest the law.
How do you get around that? How do you get around that?
Oh my God.
How do you get around that? Rakateh Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Rakateh Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And wait a minute, didn't Paul say, be ye followers of me, even as I follow Yahushua? So if he's keeping the law, and come on, man. Come on, man. But give me Matthew 15 and 14. But here's the problem. Some people just ain't supposed to get it, man. Some people were just supposed to be blinded. Some people are just supposed to die. That's what the Bible says.
Right.
Go ahead. Matthew 15 and 14.
The book of Matthew chapter 15 verse 14. Let them alone.
Do what?
Let them alone.
Let them alone. So they want to go run away, let them be. I ain't go chase after them. Go ahead.
Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind.
What are they?
Blind leaders of the
The
blind.
Christian church, you're just blind leaders of the blind. Go ahead.
And if the blind lead the blind,
The blind lead the blind, which you're doing in the Christian church every Saturday, Sunday, whatever days y'all go and worship,
both shall fall into the ditch.
you're going to fall into the ditch. You're going to fall into the ditch, and guess what does that mean? You're going to die, okay, ultimately. Why? Because you despise the laws of the Most High God. While you had yet liberty. Give me 2 Ezra 9 and 13. Go ahead, precept.
All right, this is the book of Acts 5 verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men.
Do what?
Refrain from these men. And let them alone.
Yeah, this is, I want to say, this ain't Kai. This ain't Kai. This is, is it Gamaliel? I want to say. Go ahead.
For if this counsel or this work be of men,
Yeah, they came out. If what we're doing is of men, go ahead.
it will come to naught.
It'll come to naught, but guess what?
Verse 39.
Yes, but guess what? Through
But
the
if it
spirit
be-
and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it ain't coming to naught. It ain't coming to naught. More people are coming out of the Christian church and into their faith in Yahushai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, every single day. And they're awakening to the fact that they are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
God's chosen people, the best people on the planet Earth. Go ahead.
Verse 39.
But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it.
Yeah, but if it's of God, you can't overthrow it. And that's why you came up here and got daggered.
That's right.
That's why you came up here and got eviscerated. You got destroyed. You got cut. Because it's of the Most High God. And the Most High God said, I will give you a mouth which none of your adversaries will be able to gainsay nor resist. So you come up here 20 deep, 50 deep, 100 deep, you bring the whole damn church out. You're going to get cut. You're going to get cut. I don't care how many decades you've been in seminary school. We're going to destroy you with the word of the Most High God. That's word of prophets right back here. All right, go ahead.
Lest haply ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Because give me 1 Thessalonians 4:8. What you're doing, see, you're not really mad at us. You're not coming up against our truth because there's only one truth. You're coming up against the truth of the Most High God. You're coming up against His prophets. The same way that the Israelites came up against the prophets back then. That's why Yahushua said, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, oh, thou that kills the prophets. Thou that kills the prophets. Because guess what? They don't want us out here to teach. And obviously, they try to remove us over there. But guess what? Remember, that dude, he's a damn liar. He said we can't go over here. Well, where the police at? Where the police at? Huh? But guess what? Give me, hold what you got. Give me Isaiah 30 and 20. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians. Chapter 4, verse 8. He therefore that despiseth.
He therefore that despiseth. Because you're not mad at us. But you despise us. Go ahead.
Despiseth not man.
Get Proverbs 13 and 13. That's hey, Spirit, go ahead.
But the Most High.
You despise God. You're mad at God, not at us. Go ahead.
Who have also given unto us His Holy Spirit.
So you don't despise us. You despise God. So read Proverbs 13 and 13.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13. The 13th verse. Whoso despises the word.
Whoso despises the word.
Shall be destroyed.
Shall be what?
Destroyed.
Shall be what?
Destroyed.
No, loved.
Destroyed.
Forgiven.
Destroyed.
The Christian church is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
And any pastor that wants to love every damn body and teach heresy, you're going to be destroyed right along with him. Go ahead.
But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Yeah,